It was the year 1973 when the Indian government launched Project Tiger campaign owing to the declining population of tigers in the country. Now, if you're good at maths, you'll realize that this year, 2023, marks the 50th anniversary of the campaign. And suffice it to say, over the years, over the last 5 decades, it has turned into a roaring success as India is now home to 70% of the tigers in the world. Now, of course, this calls for some celebrations. And we are doing it in style by embarking on an adventurous road trip to one of the country's most popular and greatest tiger reserves at Bandhavgarh National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Come join us then on this year's Great India Drive as we explore country's densest tiger reserve with the Hyundai Exter. We are starting this year's Great India Drive from the town of Jabalpur, and that's because it's the closest airport to the Bandhavgarh National Park. Because the tiger reserve from here, it's around 180 kilometers. Now, the great thing about the city of Jabalpur is that it is a small town, but it's the judicial capital of Madhya Pradesh. But it's not that serious a city because there are some great sightseeing opportunities if you are into touristy things. So you can go to a place called Dhuandhar Falls. It's a nice 30 minutes drive from Jabalpur, and the roads are quite clean and nice. So yes, as the name suggests, this place is quite Dhuandhar in the sense it's quite awesome and it is very pretty. So if you are around here, you should pay a visit to Dhuandhar Falls because that's what we are doing right now. We are now driving towards the Bandhavgarh National Park, and like I said, it's 180 kilometers from here, so around 4 hours it'll take you around that much time. But for us, it's going to be a much longer duration. That's because we are not taking the usual road. That's the NH30. It is slightly boring, that's what I got to know, because it's a straight highway. It's a good road, but we are going to be taking the back roads, the state roads, which go through some great locations. Of course, like I said, it is slightly longer, but we have got good views on that road. And of course, if you are on a road trip, what's the point of getting to your destination so quickly? So we are going to be covering the small villages like Bichia, Shahpura, Umaria, and these are the places which are quite scenic, as you'll also see on the way. So yes, it's going to take us a while, and we are only going to reach Bandhavgarh late in the evening, and tomorrow's the day when we'll go for tiger safari, and hopefully we'll see something there.
Baila que baila la luna, baila que baila mi amor. Tengo la grande fortuna de estar en tu corazón. Baila que baila la luna, baila que baila mi amor. Tengo la grande fortuna de estar en tu corazón.
We have covered close to 100 kilometers now, and I have to say that the Exter, well, it is a very nice road trip car. Actually, it's a great city car as well because we are driving it in Jabalpur, and to navigate it through tight streets, it was quite a breeze because it is a compact car and it is quite fun. You've got good visibility, the engine is quite responsive, and it's also very refined. The other thing is it has got a lot of creature comforts, so it definitely feels like a more premium offering. And out on the open road, again, it's a similar story because I am quite comfortable here, and it can maintain a steady cruise of around 100 kilometers per hour on these roads. It feels very comfortable, it feels very planted, and I don't think there is fatigue setting in anytime soon. At the same time, I have to say I'm really a fan of how this car behaves on the road because it feels very matured. The steering offers good feedback, and you've also got these paddle shifters. So this is the AMT version, but you've got these paddle shifters and they are quite responsive. So overall, I have to say that the Exter, where it definitely punches above its weight. So it's 5:30 in the morning and we are headed to the Tiger Safari in Tala Zone. And yesterday when we arrived, it was bright and sunny. But today morning, even since evening, it's been pouring and it is quite chilly here. So I'm also feeling a bit under the weather, but hopefully the day will brighten up as we go along. It's time to go. The gate for Tala Zone is around 2 kilometers from our hotel, and it's all an off-road patch. But I'm really surprised the way the Exter is behaving on these roads because it's not a proper SUV, but it has got good clearance and the ride quality is really pliant. It's very comfortable going over these bad bumps, and it's really surprised me because it feels like I'm driving on a rally stage and I can carry a lot of speed. Handling is really precise and it has got a short footprint, so it's quite fun to drive as well.
The Bandhavgarh National Park was established in 1968 and was later added to the Project Tiger campaign in 1993. Today, Bandhavgarh, or Madhya Pradesh with its 5 other national parks for that matter, is the hottest destination for big cat lovers in India. Not to mention, Madhya Pradesh has the highest tiger population in the country according to the 2022 census. So if you can't spot a tiger here, your luck has to be not just bad, but downright rotten. The Tiger Reserve in Bandhavgarh is spread across 1536 square kilometers with 716 square kilometers designated as the core zone, while the remaining area is buffer. The park has 3 core zones, Tala, Magdi and Khitauli. Since Tala is the oldest, most scenic and most popular zone, we chose that for our jungle safari.
I've been told by my guide that there are close to 20 tigers in this zone itself. So there are 3 zones like I've already mentioned, but this one is of course the most popular. Now apart from tigers, of course there is a lot of other species as well. There are over 40 species of mammals here, including leopards, elephants, and you've also got wild boars and deers. Of course, there are a lot of deers. So if you are a tiger in this jungle, I'm sure you're never out of food. So we've got close to 160 tigers in Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, but the core region only has about 40-45 tigers, and this Tala region, well, you have got around 20 tigers over here. Now each zone will have both male and female tigers, and a male tiger usually has a territory of around 40-45 kilometers, whereas a female tiger would have 10 to 15 kilometers of territory. So that means in a male tiger's territory you have around 4 or 3 female tigers, and that means if you're going to spot a tiger in this region, well, it's more likely to be a female tiger.
Two hours into the safari and there was still no sight of a tiger. However, on the upside, the reserve in itself is quite stunning and spectacular, and it also has some historical sites like the Bandhavgarh Fort, Shishaya, and other monuments from the Rewa dynasty. That said, we did get lucky later as we managed to catch a glimpse of a tiger while crossing a pond.
So someone has just reported that there's been a sighting, and we're waiting here. All of the cars are parked there, as you can see. So let's see if we get lucky this time around. We're nearly at the end of the safari, and it was raining, it was quite cold, it is still quite cold, but overall I think it was a successful mission because we got to see what we came in for. So yes, this road trip is done, and it is the end of this year's Great India road trip. But we can't wait for next year's edition because, as always, the Hyundai Great India Drive, well, it is an opportunity for us to explore the hidden gems of our country. It's raining quite heavy now, so allow me to sign off. You guys don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.